I mean, I certainly find it easier to, when I realize that I'm starting to think negative thoughts, I find it much easier now to flip the switch and say, okay, how do I fix this? Okay, how do I make this better? Or do I really need to think about this at all? Is this at all? Is this worth any of my energy at all? Because we talked about everybody, you know, makes mistakes, or everybody gets embarrassed or has issues. I mean, I really don't pay any attention to what if I do something embarrassing in 2 seconds I've forgotten it. Whereas 10 years ago I might have, you know, fomented over that, had my hair standing on end, you know, oh, people saw me, you know, make a mistake and I had the wrong slide up, and you know, but now I'm like, ah, well, you know, I'll do it again. Next slide, you know, I'll pick it up again, you know. So getting used to doing those sort of things and just sort of letting go of things that have no real, they really have no meaning. I mean, the things we really care most about, you know, our family, the people we love, are the things we should be thinking about. And not about the silly things at work that don't really have any real meaning to those things, that it's just sort of taking up time or air or whatnot. I mean, and when you're at work, you're thinking about, does this discussion or does this thing that I'm upset about impact the customers we're trying to serve? Is it a good thing for them? Is it a bad thing for them? If it's a bad thing for them, maybe we don't want to be doing it. It doesn't help them, you know, us to give better service. It doesn't help us to be a better organization. Then can we just drop this and go on to something else? And I know that for a lot of people, negativity is a security blanket. We've trained ourselves, or maybe it's a societal issue. I certainly know that organizations tend to have negative or positive attitudes, and it's much easier to spread negativity than positivity. I mean, if you're a positive person, and I actually made more of a nuisance out of myself by being a positive person at work than I ever could have by joining the pity party with my peers at work. Somebody would ask me, how are you doing? Outstanding! Oh, what a great day! A lot of things I did, a lot of, you know, and people look at you like you've lost your mind.
Because misery loves company.
So when you don't, you know, join the misery thing, then people try to norm you into the misery thing. They remind you of the things you should be miserable about. Then we have to try and somehow, you know, fend ourselves off. I guess this was another area where mental toughness would come in, where I just refused to join the party and say, okay, I hope you guys are having a good time. I mean, I found for myself, and I don't know, I mean, it's not, is that I had to sort of get away from those people. The negative folk. I had to start. I started having lunch by myself. You know, I realized it may seem antisocial, but I wasn't whining. And you know, and I started walking back and forth to work. So